everyone. So we're here today for a third interview with Denaya, and we have our very special guest, Katia. So right now, we're going to talk about a topic circulating around more recently, which is veganism. So now you both are definitely very familiar with this topic.
Mm-hmm.
So can you introduce yourselves on the stance of veganism?
So yeah, veganism is a lifestyle that where you don't eat anything that derived from animals, from meat, fish, dairy, honey, eggs, basically anything that has animals in it. So your food focuses fully on plants, but it doesn't just affect your eating. It also affects your all aspects of your life, from clothes, makeup, to become very conscious about the ingredients.
My stance on veganism recently, because like Bye Bye Plastic Bags, Raffles Pondok Indah did a
Mhm.
session in BBPB Instagram about veganism. I researched about veganism and everything. And
Mhm.
before, I've never really thought of going vegan because I'm like, I'm still young. I don't need to think about the health benefit. But since that, like since the research and watching a lot of documentaries, it's like,
Oh,
yeah,
really?
I need to go vegan. But I'm still in the process of being a vegan. I'm not fully.
What documentaries do you watch?
The Game Changers and Cowspiracy.
Yeah, I know. I was watching documentary first. Also, when I started become vegan, I watched What the Health, and then it changed me as well. It was
Yeah.
because of documentaries.
Both of
Taking
you guys have been practicing this for some time now.
Yeah, for me, it's
And
almost been 3 years now. Yeah,
3 years?
almost 3 years now.
well, we're definitely going to get more in depth with the effects of veganism, the benefits, and everything. But before that, okay, my first question was actually supposed to be the definition of veganism itself. But then you introduce yourself a lot. People definitely know more about it now. It has more exposure and everything. For anyone who's not familiar with the topic of veganism, so there goes your definition for you. But right now,
Yeah.
let's know more about Katia.
Oh,
Started Vegan Baby.
uh-huh.
Okay, simple question. What made you open Vegan Baby?
A little bit of backstory of Vegan Baby itself is actually started as a food account in Instagram, like an altar account. I love taking food pictures, and then I just made it for fun. I had no intention of turning it into like a brand until this year.
Mm-hmm.
But for years, I kept getting responses, especially I grew up in a family who are not vegan at all, and I have no vegan friends. I kept getting responses like, what do you eat? Salad every day, and oh, you're missing out in life, things like that. And I wanted to prove them that you can still be vegan and eat good foods, and you can veganize literally any dish, any desserts. It's very possible to make it a vegan version, and it's still nutritious, it's half the calories, and it still tastes the same, just less the cholesterols and everything. Besides,
Okay, so can you specify on the reasons for your conversion to being a vegan?
yeah. So it was second year of university. I think I was like I gained so much weight because I study in Japan. We had like yakiniku feast all the time. They call it like tabehore, where like it's like all you can eat restaurants. We went to a lot of that every celebrations, every birthdays after you did like so you finish some task. It's a culture where you yakiniku feast basically. And then I gained so much weight, like 15 kilos. Oh my god. And then one day I was like, I can't be like this. And so I decided to change. I changed my diets into whole foods mostly. I work out a lot as well. And then I lost so much weight after that. And then I was trying to maintain it, of course. And one day I came across What the Health documentary. I watched it, and it really opened my eyes about a lot of things about the farming industry, the truth behind everything, and I didn't want to be ignorant about it. So that night I decided to become vegan, and I never looked back ever since. And here I am 3 years later, still vegan.
But also because of weight gain, and then it progressed into something more along the way.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well,
So it's a journey. It's a health journey,
was it
definitely.
was it really hard, or was it okay to
Mm.
you vegan initially?
For me, actually pretty easy, surprisingly, because once you have the right reason, the motivation that makes you stay vegan, because being vegan is different from dieting. In diets, you can like, oh, I want to eat chocolate and let's cheat. But in veganism, you have to have like a really strong reason that is really bigger than yourself. And then it's just easy. It came really natural to me, the process and everything. And the hard part is actually explaining it to people, because you get a lot of like response, especially if you don't grow up in a vegan family of, or you don't have any vegan friends, things like that.
That people have on veganism, they're like, oh, it's only, are you doing this for weight loss? And that's the only reason for it. But it's actually more.
Yeah, actually bigger than that. So because it's the challenge, and explain it to families, friends.
Well, how about you then? Was it hard?
Was it hard? I'm still going through it, but yeah,
Mhm.
actually, like it's been, I don't know, like several weeks,
Mhm.
but there's a lot of temptation. A
Yeah.
lot. That's why what Katia said, that like your motivation needs to be bigger than yourself. I think that's like 100% true, you know? And like this whole idea mindset of like being a vegan, like you eat less and like you don't have enough nutrition, it's like it's so not true. And like so that's what made me, if it's hard, it's you know. Of course, like vegan baby makes my life so much better because I don't have to
Really?
think cook.
Oh my god, so nice to know.
Yeah,
Of course, I want to help, yeah, with my contents also. That's why I want to help people who are transitioning and everything. Yeah, I know it can be hard at first because you're trying to figure things out, like nutritional use, what is it, you know?
Yeah.
Because lots of alien words.
Yes, I think the hardest part is finding recipes that suits your taste, you know, and like
Mm,
you can cook it, because I can't cook. So I'm not like Katia, you know, there are my friends that are vegan,
yeah.
and my brother used to
mm.
be a vegan, so that helps a lot.
Oh, that's really nice.
Advice for anyone who's trying to start this lifestyle but is struggling because of the environment, whether it's not supporting them or whether they're alone facing it.
Well, for me, that's the main reason I started Vegan Baby. So much online friends from the account since I started. Basically, it was just 30 followers before, but then now we're more open, and it's like a community to have people who just understands, even if it's online. Definitely engage with other vegans. Find it everywhere in Instagram.
Yeah.
So much
If you have your
making
phone, you
food
can find.
vlogs. Ah, you have your phone, exactly.
Since both of you have experienced veganism, based on your experience, how does veganism change your routines compared to normal living?
Go.
Disadvantage, I can't Gojek a lot of food besides, you know, vegan stores. It's like there are Burgreens, but yeah, but you know, there are more non-vegan options. So that's really disadvantage, you know, seeing McDonald's.
Right.
Advantage that I experience is like I feel so much better waking up, and it feels so much lighter after you eat such a big amount of food, and you're like so full, but it's not like the bad full, good full, you know? So yeah, that's that.
Yeah. For me, for my daily routines, I never cooked before at all. I used to order takeouts. I go out a lot for restaurants, just spend money on food. And also, I have the habits of reading labels now, because you need to be very careful on what's in each product. So planning my meals ahead of time. You need to prep your own meals because people cook mostly meat-based foods like that. Yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing your experiences being a vegan. How about find the health benefits of being a vegan compared to eating meat?
Definitely, it's healthier being vegan because processed meats itself contains hormones, chemicals, saturated fats, cholesterols, and while being vegan, you don't need to worry about that. When you have a well balanced vegan diet, you have all the nutrients you need.
Same like Katia, my family has a long line of medical problems, you know, like high blood pressure, cancer, and all of that. Vegan actually lowers your risk of getting cancer. That's a really good benefit, I guess.
So, next question. It's stated that 14% of Indonesians have followed veganism. Do you think at least half of Indonesians, or at least more Indonesians should be vegan? If so, why?
Yeah, our ancestors used to be vegan themselves without they realizing it. They really rely on crops, spices, and fruits and veggies that grows all year round. It's so easy to become vegan. Indonesia is listed as the 16th most vegetarian friendly country in the world, and many Indonesian dishes are vegans by default. So
I think I'm gonna on a little Indonesians. I think that yeah, you should definitely be vegan, like half of us, or even more than half, because vegan actually helps to like save water usage,
yeah.
and is the solution to hunger and poverty. And I think it's really great, to just help one another and be that like a part of the solution.
Is the fact that all aware of climate change. How can veganism be a part of the solution?
It can be really good solution to climate change. Being vegan can reduce a lot of carbon footprints and water usage worldwide, and because animal agriculture produced more greenhouse gas, so more than cars, trucks, planes, boats put together. Definitely, by becoming vegan, you will cut down the use of water, land.
Such a big reason as to deforestation, and also like lakes and oceans are being polluted from these agricultural industries, and being a vegan definitely helps it, because instead of having animal that eats the grains and then
So
give you you can just eat the grains directly to you, so why have an animal?
Well, then
so
vegan
true.
is evident to both improving your own health and, well, that sums up our interview. But for my very last question, for all those aspiring vegans out there, besides
Okay.
Vegan Baby, what are other vegan restaurants that you suggest?
I love nasi campur. You can just Gojek. Just look in Gojek. Just type vegan, and then there will be a list of vegan warungs. I love going to vegan warungs. White House vegetarian. They provide a lot of good Indonesian foods in a vegan version. That's that. Go to the more well-known one. I go to Burgreens a lot, and it's really nice. And you can find a lot of these in Instagram.
Denai, do you have anything?
No, my go-to is Vegan Baby.
Yeah. Did you order?
Yeah, I did.
Oh my
I did.
god.
I tried. So I will soon.
Later.
Burger vegan store, Jatuh Cinta. I've never tried it, but it oof, looks like
I did. It's really good.
it is.
Yeah, if you love junk food feel, like yeah. If you love burgers, definitely.
The first one I've tried was burger. It's also true what you said. In Indonesia, it's not that crazy to be a vegan because most of
Yeah.
our foods, even the origins, like tempe, tahu, that's vegan.
Yeah, it's like staple. Yeah, it's every household staple.
You guys have any final tips?
For me, number one is definitely have your reason, have the right reason, because if you don't have the right reason, you do it because it's trendy, because everybody's doing it. Definitely, it will not last long. And also keep learning, talk to people, definitely, and learn to cook. Once you get to it, it's actually really fun.
Well, then I pray cooking will one day be easy for you.
One day.
It
Just
will. Just
watch me
try.
text Katia asking for recipes and like failing at making that recipe.
Yeah.
Pursue veganism if I ever have my own house and there's no temptations around me because everyone in my
Mhm. I would say Bali is a vegan paradise,
I miss
definitely. It's
Bali.
like a walk away. Yeah. Kain. And you know Kain, Bali. Yeah, I know. I
Yes.
love it. And
Thank you as
that's
well.
nice.
Yeah, I
Of course. Thank you too.
thank for helping the environment because, yeah, any of you guys viewing this, I hope you guys had fun listening to us talk about random things, but at the same time educating yourself on veganism. Thank you, Katia, for helping us to be part of this movement, making it easier for us to want to be part of this movement and this lifestyle. To sum
Thank
up
you,
what we
Katia.
do, to sum up this whole
My
video,
pleasure, really. Thank you for inviting me.
for educating me and anyone who's watching this. Stay.
Thank you for inviting me. It's been really nice.
Last words. Stay
Stay
healthy,
safe.
both in terms of distance from other people because we have a virus ongoing right now, and
Yeah.
bye guys.
Bye, Jen.
Bye.